Welcome back to Transcriber from Reddit. Today's topic comes from the subreddit exLutheran, posted by user Don't Eat the Cookies Mom. OP posted a photo with a caption underneath that reads, "WELS is a cult of murder and molestation." The title of the post above the photo reads, Jim, in parentheses, VP, short for Vice President of WELS, end parentheses, supported a middle-aged WELS professor that convinced a teenager to move in with him. Keeping up with WELS family tradition, Jim's father supported a murderer. The photo included in the post shows on the left an older gentleman, I'm guessing late 70s to early 80s, with big, thick-rimmed glasses and a smile on his face. On the right is a grayed-out picture of him, taken probably in the late 70s, early 80s, but you can tell, regardless of the age difference between the two photos, that the grayed-out photo is an earlier photo of the older gentleman on the left, and the caption below both photos reads as follows. Pastor Jim Huebner, Huebner is spelled Huebner, Huebner's father supported the WELS teacher who murdered his wife. That teacher served only a short time in prison. That is the heritage of the WELS cult, and not the only murder covered up. There are a couple comments down below that further shed light on the situation being discussed, and I will read them. OP posts as follows. The person murdered in 1980 was Sharon Ruth Just, spelled just how it sounds, Just. July 21st, 1980, who was involved with Arizona Lutheran Academy, Phoenix, Arizona. Teacher Al Just was convicted, but only spent a few years in prison. He married his children's babysitter, but she divorced him years later. Al Just literally tried to convince a jury that he accidentally dropped his wife on a knife. Jim's father supported Al Just and defended him publicly. Many WELS members/leaders rallied around the murder during sentencing, some traveling from New Ulm, Minnesota, to speak. Women are not important to WELS, even less 40 years ago. I'm sure the murder and light sentence kept a few WELS homemakers in line to the delight of their husbands. Googling the names involved will pull in all the details you could ever want. Google Andrew Schmiege for the sex scandal and Huebner's cowardly response to the situation involving a WELS worker and a teen. User Affectionate Salad 860 responds to OP saying the story of her murder changed from dropping the knife to her rolling over it when they were sleeping after eating steak in bed to a burglar. His son was a classmate and friend, and it messed him up. Later in the comments section, OP relates a piece of testimony to one user, ex-Roma Tomato, who asks for source? ? And also in response to user EANEJARAS, user saying, I really struggled to find any Google evidence of these things. However, I did find this info about the case of State versus Al Just, and includes a link to league.com/decision/1983672138 ARIZ, yes, those are all letters, followed by more numbers here, 5341569. Here, OP responds with, here's one piece of testimony, : the following is in quotations. Appellant told Klettlinger that while he was in the kitchen, he heard his wife screaming, and he ran into the bedroom. He stated that he observed her lying on the floor next to the bed, and that he attempted to lift her body. As he did so, he dropped her and discovered the knife and removed it. He told Klettlinger that she was struggling with him, that he reached in her mouth to keep her from swallowing her tongue, and that when he did so, she bit his thumb. He took pillows and sheets and pressed them between himself and Sharon in an effort to stop the bleeding. He also stated that he put his hands over her mouth so that her screams would not wake the children. He told Klettlinger that when Jana entered the bedroom and turned the light on, he told her to turn off the light and go back to bed. End quote. Edit. Klettlinger was the detective Al spoke with following the murder. This is my humble opinion here, but I think that it is crazy that so many WELS people would come out and defend someone that they know that is involved with this horrible situation. If it was me and if I worked with someone like this and I found out that their wife died under pretty suspicious circumstances, or maybe not wife, maybe husband, whatever, I would be taking a very close second look at them and wait for the trial to come out. Unless there was something that I knew about either person beforehand that would make me think differently, considering the suspicious circumstances in which his wife died, wouldn't that make people question what really happened and if they really knew Al Just? And to have not just other pastors and teachers come to his defense, but also for the WELS leadership to get involved and to defend this man and to make sure that he could continue his career after this is even worse. How can you proclaim what you proclaim and allow this cover-up to happen? Easy answer is when you believe that what a person does is the matter of life or death, as well as where their soul ends up for all eternity, I guess that means you can just justify anything they do, including sexual assault, including murder, and including other abuses of power that we've covered on this channel. One user by the name of relevant-shop8513 posted a comment saying, "Obviously, many know about this and have done nothing. I don't understand why these such incidents in Lutheran churches don't filter out to the general public in the U.S. and create an activist movement. The RCs, short for Roman Catholics, are able to mount opposition to injustices, but Lutherans seem to have no desire to fight wrongs. I now see why the Lutheran Church in Germany during the 30s did not oppose fascism more strongly or work against Hitler in resistance. Lutherans just go along with the established church government and do not make waves." You are 110% correct. There's a reason why Dietrich Bonhoeffer is the only real Lutheran martyr, and a lot of current Lutherans look at him side-eyed. As for following with whatever government tells it to follow along with, maybe you should look into their missionary work over in Burma. I hope to eventually cover it later here on this channel, but it might be interesting to hear that they are allowed by the Burmese government to proselytize to their citizens as long as they are in full compliance with whatever the Burmese government orders. In response to Relevant Shop 8513, OP responds with, "Pastor John Bader was publicly called out for molestation and sexual assault. Another case where WELS did absolutely nothing. There's dozens of these cases out there. Slowly and gradually, we will bring these cases to light. It's about time that people recognize the abuses that are being done here. That's it for today's video. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment down below, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.
But some of the shepherds have pastured themselves on their sheep. So he has come out against them and scattered his people of faith.